All right, guys, so you're looking at listing your home for sale. Let's talk about what buyers notice when they walk through your home for their tour and what are the 7 things that can make or break a sale. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Shane Woodworth. I'm with eXp Realty, and this week's video, we're gonna be talking about what is going to make or break a sale for you as the seller when you list your home for sale and what buyers notice when they walk through the home. These are gonna be 7 things that they notice and what can make or break the sale, basically. So let's get into it right now. All right, so the very first thing, rule number 1, is other than what your pictures show on the MLS when you're on Zillow, Realtor.com or whatever, always use professional photos, please. Always use professional photos. If your realtor doesn't, hire them yourself or whatever for the photographer, and please get professional photos. Anyway, so what is going to be number 1 on our list is going to be curb appeal. So other than seeing your listing online, they think it's beautiful. When they pull up to that house, I know I've had buyers do this. They've driven up, they look at the house and they say, hell no, I'm not even going to go inside that house and take a look because the outside looks like crap. So make sure, it is very important to have, is your lawn manicured? Do you have siding falling off? Maybe you should reattach that. Are gutters off the house? Is the roof falling apart? Are there shingles missing? Are there shutters missing? Stuff like that. Does it need painted, need touched up? Maybe tidy up the front porch, things of that nature. So like right now we're in the fall here in Pennsylvania, so there are leaves everywhere because Pennsylvania has tons of trees and we get cold obviously in the fall and the leaves change colors, very beautiful, but then they fall on the ground and they're everywhere and they make your house look very cluttered on the outside. So that's gonna be number 1, is please make sure that you have the outside tidied up. Curb appeal is your first impression. If you're not gonna have a good curb appeal, the showing's probably gonna go pretty bad after that. So that is number 1. All right, number 2 is gonna be a cluttered inside of the house. All right, so your buyers come in, they're gonna walk through, and I tell you what, my buyers and what I do, even on my home tours, if you go to my other videos and you go through my home tours, I open up every single door of the home that I'm touring. When I take buyers through, buyers are gonna open every single door. They may open every drawer in the kitchen, you never know. Or, if you have dressers and stuff, they may start opening those. Have everything organized to the best that you can. If you're still living at home, I know it can be a little tedious, but have things uncluttered. Organize things in your closets, make them like stack your clothing, nicely or whatever you want to do in your garage. Make sure your garage is cleaned up, organize the attic space, any closets that you have, the extra space above your garage. They will poke their head up there. They will open up every single door. So it's very important that you have things clutter free. So if you walk into a house and things are just all over the place, you can't visualize yourself living in that space because you're just focused on all the clutter that's laying around. Whereas if you walk into a home that's nice, clean, organized, even if the person's living there, sometimes they can't even tell that a person lives there because they're so organized. It makes it so much better. Take it from me, walking buyers through a home, when a house is uncluttered, it makes a huge difference for that buyer. So that's number 2, have a clutter, clean looking interior of your house. All right, let's move on to number 3. Number 3 is gonna be natural light or nice ambient lighting. So you can tell I'm in one of my listings right now, and it's fall right now, so it's kind of dark and dingy outside right now. It's almost 4 o'clock at the moment. So there shouldn't be that much light outside, but yet we have a big window over here. And of course that's on the west facing wall. So that really works in our advantage. But where things are dark in this house, because this is a condo, so there's only 2 sides that actually have windows. It's a quad. So you want to make sure in the dark spaces that you have light, you have lamps set up so that it looks nice and bright and light. Walls may, that are white make things look bigger, or, a light color, not something dark. So have a nice, bright and airy place, airy showing, if you will. That's number 3, bright and airy. All right, let's move on to number 4. Number 4 is a big one. It's gonna be kitchens and bathrooms. Now these are the 2 types of rooms that buyers pretty much kind of make or break for sure. This is one of the top ones. It's number 4, but I still think it's one of the top ones that somebody's going to decide whether or not they're going to buy a house. Once they get past the curb appeal and get past the clutterness, they have to know that the bathroom is it updated? Is it kind of modern? It could be an older home, but still have an updated, modern looking bathroom and kitchen. Kitchens are huge. So let's go take a look right now. I'm in one of my listings, like I said. And so this home was built in 2002. Now the thing that strikes it as a benefit or a bonus is when you walk into the kitchen, yeah, the light needs replaced. We know that. The cabinets are in great shape, okay? All you have to do zoom in on that is maybe change the hardware. Something easy, something simple, but the kitchen looks, I'll flip it around. The kitchen looks nice and clean. You know what I mean? It's organized. It's not the most modern thing, but I got comments at our open house yesterday saying, hey, I love this kitchen. You know, it's, for one thing, it's light colored, so it looks bigger. And they love that. It's more inviting is what I heard. So another thing to consider as we walk into one of the bathrooms here, I'll flip you around on this one, is, you know, it's obviously a dated, this is from '02, but it's a dated bathroom, but it's nice and clean, right? That could be easily updated with a new vanity, new shower door. Those are things that you can consider as a seller. Do you want top dollar? You're gonna have to update these things. But what it does have is a nice clean ceramic floor. So I'll flip you back around. So those are some things, you know, if you have an outdated bathroom and kitchen, like, you know, an older home, have it nice and clean. All right. It's going to make a big difference. You can tell right away that this is a kind of a dated home, but we're not asking a huge price for it. Now, if we wanted to go at the top, you know, there's some listings around here that want like a lot of money for basically the same thing that we have here, but they're asking top dollar. So to get that top dollar, I hope you understand as a seller, you're going to need to make some updates, paint, things of that nature, minor updates to your kitchen, minor updates to your bathroom, maybe change the vanity, change the sink. You can get a little crazy in your kitchens and change the countertop if you want, but easy things are paint, reface the cabinet, something like that, change the hardware. So those are huge. I'm sure if you walk into a home, the first thing you look at if you're in the market, hey, let's check out the kitchen. How big is the kitchen? How's the kitchen look? What are these bathrooms like? So that is huge. So make sure that the bathroom and kitchens clean and update them to the best of your ability. If you want to get that top dollar, you have to do some, not major, but put a little time and effort into your bathrooms and kitchens for sure. All right, let's go to number 5. Number 5 is going to be the flooring. So flooring, the carpets, stained carpets, stained, marked up hardwood floors. Hardwood floors are beautiful, but if they're all marked up, if they're stained, if they're worn, like, you know, if you've had a carpet or something sitting there for the 30 years that you've lived there, and the same piece of furniture on that carpet, when you remove that furniture or whatever, it's going to leave a stain, it's going to leave a mark. So those are all things that when my buyers walk through a home, they totally check out the flooring. Hey, I'm gonna have to replace all this flooring, Shane. That's gonna be a big expense. So right away I have to get on the calculator, start working on square footage, start looking at what we can replace it with. LVP is a good option. So if you're looking to sell and you wanna get, you know, a better appearance, a better showing for your buyers that come in, think about possibly, you know, updating the flooring, or at least getting the carpets professionally cleaned. And I say professionally cleaned because it is a lot of work. It can be tedious. The professional cleaners come in here with their carpet cleaning machines and they make this sucker look nice and clean and spiffy. And the smell is so much better when you have a nice clean floor, especially carpets. If the carpet's been there for a long time, think about possibly ripping that carpet up, throwing either a new carpet, which is a cheaper, usually a cheaper option, or going with like something like an LVP. Of that nature. But let me give you another tip on that, on the flooring, is if you're going to change the flooring in one room, you want to match the whole floor to the best that you can. So when I say the whole floor, I mean like for the first floor, if you're going to put LVP flooring in, you don't want to have 2 different shades of LVP. You don't want the LVP run in different ways, or the hardwoods run different ways from each other. You don't want to have carpet in this room, hardwood in this room, ceramic, or, you know, something of that nature in this room, and then go back to another carpet over here. Keep things the same as much as you can. I personally think that first floor should have the whole thing should be all one item. I'm not against carpet in living rooms, but I also think that it makes things look so much larger and nice and cleaner when they have a consistent floor throughout the whole level, if you will. Bathrooms, or I'm sorry, not bathrooms for sure. You don't want carpet in bathrooms, but going up into the bedrooms and stuff like that, if you want to go to a carpet, that's something different. I personally would like to see, you know, hardwoods or LVP throughout bedrooms as well, and then you can throw down an area rug under your bed, something like that. But try to keep things as consistent as much as possible. And the stains really have a big effect on how someone sees it. If they see a bunch of stains, they know right away, hey, I'm gonna have to get these things refinished, or I'm gonna have to replace the whole flooring. So right away they're thinking cost. This is going to cost me so much more money, and then their offer is going to go lower and lower and lower, or they're going to be asking for a lot more when it comes to close, or when it comes to the offer, and in terms of, you know, asking for money. I'm blanking on this right now. Asking for concessions is what I was trying to think of. All right, so let's move on to number 6. All right, number six is going to be, we're going to revisit this one again. I already spoke on closets and whatnot, and having your storage space. Your storage space needs to be organized, so that goes off with the decluttering of the actual rooms, your garage, your closets, your attic space, anywhere that you have extra room. Keep things nice and tidy, because like we said before, the buyers are going to peek their heads in. If the buyer isn't, a good agent is going to be peeking their head in. Even if they come and preview the home for the buyer, they're going to open every door. They should be opening every door. Basements especially. You can go down, especially in Pennsylvania. Everybody here seems to have basements. There aren't a whole, well, there's patio homes, but a lot of people have basements. And when you go down into these older homes, they just look dingy, dirty, smell moldy. So clean those up. Waterproof them if you can. Put a new fresh paint, coat of paint on basement floors, and just declutter. Put everything up on a shelf if you can, or organize things. If you have to go and rent a storage space, do it. It might be worth your while to spend $100 for a couple months, as opposed to losing a couple thousand on the offer. So that's another thing to think about, is decluttering your storage space. All right, and last but not least, let's talk about number 7, if I can fit my hands in there. Number 7 is going to be flow. Is the flow of the space, the living area, is it going to go well with how they see it should flow, if that makes sense? Like if you walk through a room and you go into another room, like why in the heck did I just walk through a room to get to the attic space? Or, you know what I mean, the flow of the rooms need to make sense to the potential buyers, so that they can see themselves living there. If a few rooms are off and they're just kind of random additions that you did over the course of your living in the home, make sure it makes sense. You can't have, you know, a bath. You gotta get to a guest bathroom on the first floor by going through somebody else's bedroom. Or, you know what I mean? Or, you know, I got to walk through a bedroom to get to the attic to get upstairs to storage and stuff like that. Or I got to get through this bedroom and there's another bedroom that's closed off to that bedroom. So you have to walk through a bedroom to get to another bedroom. If you follow me in that regards, make sure the house flows and it makes sense. And it's easy to walk through and see yourself living there. If it doesn't, you got to make some changes. It's tough to make major remodels like that, but just think about that when you're starting to make your own remodels. Make sure it's going to make sense down the line. All right, guys, so that is it. I want to thank you. This is a really short video. I just want to go over some things for sellers, because most of the videos I make are all about, you know, home tours or moving to a certain area, which is great, but I don't want to leave the sellers out. These are things that I think are pretty important as a listing agent and a buyer's agent as well. I mean, we see these things. Sometimes it's tough as a seller because you're emotionally connected to your home so much that you don't understand why somebody doesn't like your paint scheme or your wallpaper or your carpet or something. You get offended, or maybe the outside you thought was okay, not so okay to someone else. So try to make things as neutral as possible when you're selling your home. Neutral colors. Make things easy to have the buyer come in and say, oh yeah, I could see my living room set up, you know, like this. If you have to stage, if you have a larger home, sometimes it's better to leave some furniture. If you've moved out already, it might be a better idea to do some staging if you have a large open space home. Sometimes on a smaller home, you can get away with not staging it. Because sometimes in a smaller home, you want to make it look bigger. So you remove the furniture, you have a lighter paint scheme, stuff like that. So these are just some things to think about before you start beginning the process of listing your home. Listen to your agent. Your agent's going to give you some good advice on what you should do. If you need me to give you some advice, you know, leave a message with me, and I'll be more than happy to talk to you via Zoom, FaceTime, anything like that. Have me walk through your home with you. I think that would be a decent thing for you to do. Get connected with me. It would be great for me. So that's it, guys. If you're looking to buy, sell, or invest in the Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, or Western PA area, reach out to me if you want to just talk about, hey, what are my thoughts on this? We're getting ready to list, or we want to list. What do you think about this? I'd be more than happy to give you some information and give you my opinions on some things free of charge, obviously. So that's it, guys. I appreciate you watching. Until next time, keep it real estate.